Hello everybody, this is Zigzag coming to you from somewhere in this world. We're back to continue our playthrough of Phoenix Point, the Year 1 edition featuring the Kaos Engines DLC. And we drove away the behemoth. Bye-bye behemoth, bye-bye. And we've got a decision to make here. And I'm recording now without really seeing any feedback yet, so as it should be, I'm going to make my own decision. And my decision is going to be send the ship over here to this haven, all because of their motto. Just because we're mutants worshiping a dead god doesn't mean we don't have a sense of humor. And the last thing I want to do is lose a haven with a sense of humor. So we're going to head over there, see if we can knock out the Scylla. If we don't kill it, it's going to be, you'll see when we look at the team, it's not perfect. It's not the level you want to be at when you're facing your first Scylla, which I'm assuming it will be with 17 attacking points versus 6. But this is Legend, and we gotta adapt and find a way to make it happen, is what I've decided. We're gonna still keep the contaminant flying towards the Charun because we have an easy chance to shoot it down and pick up a few rewards by doing that. So we're gonna continue with that thought. And beyond that, we have a new character to introduce down here at the base that we picked up last time. Eddie the Hilarious is now our newest sniper. So just a little backstory in case you don't know. Eddie and Azel, the viewers behind the characters, watch this playthrough together. I want to hear a big "Aw." I'm glad to have you both aboard, and guess what? You're coming on board at the same time. We'll see, at least initially. We're going to send you out together once we get this armor built. We got the Golem armor lined up for Azel, the Angry One, and we've got the Banshee armor lined up for the Hilarious One over here. We're soon getting all the emotions and personality traits covered between our team here. We have the Stubborn One, the Hilarious One, and the Angry One at the moment. So we're starting to fill up on moods. I think that's pretty cool. The vehicle. I come over here because this is burning in the back of my mind. I'm saying we have the resources now. Let's build them now while we have them. We don't have any Prometheus yet, so I'm going wholly with Synedrian ammo because we have the Stray that has yet to be armored up. So we're gonna build that weapon for the Stray. We're still doing okay, and we need to come up with either the fire suppression system or flares. And I don't know, do we really encounter that many heat-guided weapons from the Pandorans? I'm going to build one anyway. We can always, at some point, switch that out with something new that we pick up. But we're going to, just so we have the variety available, we're going to add the final ship with the flares. So might as well do it now while we can. So at least they're in process. And I can't wait for that extra manufacturing base that we're building to come online because we got a lot of crap that needs to get built. So let's send this one, the gift, over here. And we also have some other things that need to happen. And we need to send you over here because look at this. We have a priest ready to pick up, and we have a viewer character who was way back at position number 9 who we skipped this viewer character because he wanted to hold out for a priest. Guess what? I just found one. It doesn't have a frenzy head. He has Psychic Scream head, but there will come a time where we have the option. Not yet, but at some point down the road when we have the ability to mutate, we can always change it to what your preference might be. But Psychic Scream is not half bad, especially early on with the low or the lower kind of will points that the early Pandorans have. So we're going to send you over here, the Stray, to pick up a priest for us. You actually have room on the ship. Not that we have full capability and armors to take him out right away, but we're gonna go pick him up.
Research complete.
And we finished some Synedrian battle armor, so we have some other options now for armor that we want to build, and we can even look at potentially, although I don't know if We'll compare. Right now, let's get moving on to battle. But we'll compare the armor that I have in construction now with this and see if we think it's worth the potential extra cost. We'll compare accuracy and all that kind of stuff to see what we think. We can always flip out a suit of armor if that's what we want. So let's keep our eye back here, because really the mission that we want to get to that's going to happen is right there. And then I'm also thinking, just so you know, we have our ship over here resting up and gaining stamina. I'm also thinking with the behemoth gone, and once we take care of, you know, the haven activity nearby, we can get over here and finally start the unexpected emergency, start working our way towards unlocking the mutoids, because we do have someone, a viewer character, waiting in the wings to become a mutoid also. So lots on the table. And in case you didn't notice, technicians are starting to appear as hireable. We got someone down the line. You'd never guess that he wanted his character to be a technician, you know, technician. He's a little bit farther down on the viewer list, but we have the technicians that are coming available to hire too. So all the viewers that were hoping for certain classes, hopefully we'll be able to accommodate everyone. Let's get moving. Oh, look at that. This guy's flying away. I wonder, is he flying to a target? Let's change the contaminant down to here. This is looking like he flew right over where I thought he was going. And we have ourselves our mission right here. Look at that. 15 attacking strength, 2 defending strength. Always we want the rewards. It's daytime, high threat level. Let's just hope we have the team that can do it. I'm counting on these guys. I'm counting on these guys. Let's go see how we're equipped. Now, I did switch out the Bulldog here with the Synedrian weapon, which means there's no ammo there now. It's somewhere in there, but it's not. We can't load it with a full clip at the moment. And Shaymarin Grunt Benson, I did that just because, since it could be a Scylla, I wanted to have at least a couple people out there with some shredding capabilities, so that then you also have a Disciples of Honor shotgun that will be highly effective if it's a Scylla, shooting into, say, the abdomen without armor, to help us against any kind of Scylla. And Smoovie, you're pretty well equipped. Nothing else to spend on you. We have you a Disciples of Anu blade. If you end up getting near the legs of the Scylla, we got that option. I also switched out to the Disciples of Anu hand cannon for you for the shred capabilities, just so some initial shots, if we need shredding, they can be done there. And then we also have your Subjector. Andrei, we don't really have another machine gun, but it's really shredding ability is not much less than the new Jericho machine gun. I compared the two. The shred is 2 per burst, and I think the burst on the new Jericho weapon is 12 versus 10 here, so we don't lose a lot by not having, you know, the best gun available. And so we're sticking you this with extra ammo, and you'll be a big shredding potential tool for us between Boom Blast, rockets, especially with your extra damage from Bombardier to help strip armor off a potential Scylla. You can tell I'm gearing up for a potential Scylla. Now, I did not switch out the Phoenix assault rifle here because we do already have one that shreds, and this one, to be quite honest, if we can get rid of the armor, it does more damage when you multiply bursts times damage. It actually does more overall damage, not counting armor, than this one that shreds the armor. So we're keeping one of those on the team. Plus, we also have a Redemptor shotgun if we get close enough. As long as I don't know the malfunction percent on this one yet, but it can pump out some damage for us also. And no SP I'm going to spend here. We kept the New Jericho Gauss sniper rifle on you and just gave you extra ammo for it, Sir Salsis. This also has the best damage output of our sniper rifles, at least, but we may go all pistol if the right opportunity provides itself on that abdomen also. And Steve Pinine-Elliott, guess what? You've been upgraded on weaponry just to get a heavier hitting gun, and then you also have a Tormentor, and that may give us an opportunity to pump in. Unfortunately, your will's not as high as we might want this early on, but that'll be able to pump in a lot of damage potentially on a Scylla. So we may not have the high level team or the highest level team, but I think we have some options. I'm hoping that'll make this doable, and we're going to try and lean on those things to help us out on this thing. All items on this battlefield will be automatically recovered after the mission. Alrighty, let's take a big look, and we do not see a Scylla right off the bat. We do see a lot of Pandorans to potentially help us. That's a good thing. And actually, look at that. We're starting on a building, so maybe there isn't a Scylla on this mission. Maybe it's just a lot of freaking Pandorans. Maybe I worried for nothing. But if that's the case, fine. We'll deal with it. We'll make it happen. In fact, look at that. Soren, you're like Mr. Off by his lonesome over here with the rest of the team over here. Isn't that kind of bizarre as far as an opening? And you take one step and you're picking up will. So let's see if we you take one move, Andre, and you're using up will. So I have a feeling we want to use some of that will if we're going to end up getting replenished on will. Let's get some folks out here that have will, and we are rescuing or needing to rescue civilians. Yeah, civilians right here. There's two, what would appear two of them in our building right now. And I'm also kind of thinking maybe we can take you, Shane Marine Grunt Vanson, and double dash over here to get a couple more of these guys on our side. I wouldn't mind, yeah, I wouldn't mind having these guys if they both have pistols and, no, not that guy. But that's not a bad idea to get some of these guys on our side. Since we only came out with 6, I like the idea of having a couple more on our side. So let's open up with that move as our opening move. All right, Shane Vanson, one more dash. Ooh, I hope that's a civilian. Yeah, it's in the building. Usually that is, but I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Gotta keep going.
Alrighty then. We got 2 more on our side, and it is a civilian that we see there. So I think a lot of the civilians are right near us. And is there an evac point that seems convenient to get these civilians out? Not really. It's way over here. So I guess the next thing we're going to do is maybe get these guys, because if they end up doing battle, it's not a bad idea trying to do it close quarters inside. Let's get them running towards the civilians. And he's blocking our access. Now we see another enemy. We're seeing a lot over there all of a sudden. Okay. Keep going, Mr. Berserker guy. And it is a room full of civilians. And a room full of civilians which they can access because of the glass. So we would like to get this guy out of the way. Is there a way to get these guys around? I'll tell you what.
I'm prepared.
I'm going to step you out of the way.
I'll be right there.
And my thinking is, let's get our civilians up. Let's get our civilians off the ground floor. How about that for starters? And look at that, our civilians are helping find enemies for us. There's a Triton Ghoul, which is not a good one with that virus rifle. So that's good to have found him early. And this other guy down here does not have a virus rifle. So this one actually concerns me more. Now let's get you and see if you can get moving inside there to pick these guys up and not block them in there. Well, I wonder if he can run by you right here. Let's hope. Let's find out. Nope. So we have to figure out where we want to put these guys short term. And I guess we're just going to be hiding them in the corner. In fact, we're probably just going to keep you right there where you are. And can our other berserker move far enough to help us? Not quite, but we're going to get you over there. Berserkers are kind of be the civilian unlockers, so we can try to keep the civilians safe. And then I'm thinking we might want to come over here. We got 2 snipers. Does this guy have anything long range? Absolutely not.
Receiving.
Let's see about, let's see about this. Let's bring you, Sir Celsius, or right over here for a quick aim down there. And let's just make sure he has no return fire. It's not showing. So we're going to take the quick aim against this Triton down here. Oh, and we're finding more and more Myrmidons. What kind are we looking at? Because, yeah, there's Venomous. And this other guy over here is also Venomous. So it's, in my mind, Venomous is bad, but it's just a little bit better than the acid one in my book. Oh. So by the amount of enemies I'm seeing, I'm guessing that we will not be seeing a Scylla, because I don't think there'd be this many enemies and a Scylla. So it looks like we lucked out just a little bit. So I'm finding this enemy to be a threat to us. We don't want to get into any kind of panic cycles. We've experienced those before, and we don't need that again. We could focus on the Redeemer as an option. He'd still be a threat, though. And we can let's take out his silenced head, so maybe we can find him in the mist and get him bleeding.
That was satisfying.
Yeah, it's always satisfying, you know, when you hit. So what I got to do, I was thinking, now does this guy have a weapon? No, we got all close range Arthrons right now, none of them with weapons. So I'm almost feeling for our other sniper, Steve Penine, we're going to see if we can't get you over here to take out a body of a Myrmidon. What do you think about that? And not a lot of weapons, and just not a lot of weapons in general from our Arthrons that we're seeing. The Myrmidon is a threat to fly at us, and the Maniac definitely, well, we know it's a threat. Let's come over here, Steve. See if you can help us on this closest Myrmidon. Now, if we come here, it's telling me we don't see it. Oh, you know why? It's probably because of that wonderful artwork. Well, we'll bring you here to shoot at the Myrmidon. And I have someone else that I want to bring over here to try and finish off this Triton. So we're going to do that.
Here comes the Phoenix.
Let's see if we can get it. Oh, it's just... We'll be able to hit through the plant if I let that branch go by. And we can focus on the torso. Blow the branch out of the way. And we're going to take our shot next time. Everybody, blow with me. Let's blow it out of the way. Oh. Shades of Season 3. We took out the tree. Okay. Well, we do have other options. The option I'm still most worried about this guy. I can even deal with a poisonous guy biting us more than I can with a virus rifle getting us to panic. We can get down here, not quite enough for that. So we're going to come down here and, you know, it's a it's low percentage malfunction on the subjector right now. So we are going to take the quick aim with it. See what that shot. I think this could be a powerful enough weapon. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be absolutely kidding me. So you could see him because you didn't have that wall in the way. That's why your shot worked. Holy smokes. Can we take one step over and hopefully we can still make the shot here. Oh, it works just a little bit better. Thank goodness. Let's do it. All right. I like it. He's going to bleed out. So thank goodness we had one step of movement left. I was beginning to become concerned. Now, I have to figure we're probably, rather than going to fly you anywhere, we'll see if just moving around to shoot picks up this will or not. Ideally, it would not. And we're going to boom blast. I'm thinking this guy has a weapon, and this Myrmidon, I guess this is the closest Myrmidon. Although, you know, Soren would beg to differ. Soren, why'd you go way over there? That kind of changes the whole feel of this thing. But let's get our boom blast going with you, Andrei, and start launching. I think since we missed this guy's body, he's our biggest threat. We may have a chance to come down here with you, Soren, and use your weapon against this Myrmidon, and hopefully then be able to have movement after that to get out of range of the Triton. Since we couldn't hit the body on this one, I'm gonna play this over here right now, and we'll plop it in between. I'm really concerned about the Myrmidon, not so much the Arthrons. And that being said, we put a little bit of hurt on the Myrmidon. So I'm going to use our second grenade over here. And we got it bleeding, but it wasn't, unfortunately, the torso. But it won't be able to fly quite as far, although 19 movement is still pretty damn good. Close enough to get up and take a bite out of us. That's unfortunate. So the option now is, do I come over here? How about we hold off on the rocket then that we're going to have available? And if Soren, you could do a good enough job against this Myrmidon and get out of the way, we can see about doing that. Let's just see. Hopefully there is no wall here, so we can get up to the edge with a dash, I hope. And hopefully then, in fact, before I do that, yeah, it does say I would be able to see the Myrmidon from there. So let's do that. Dash you up here, because that, after that shot here, it should give you the chance to move out of range, even if we have to dash to do it, so we don't have to worry about this Triton getting some harm onto you.
No time to lose.
I did pick up the will. That's fine. Let's take a look. I don't know if this weapon will be good enough at this range to take out a torso. Not quite, which tells me I'm going to spend and take a chance on a 14% malfunction with this weapon instead. And Myrmidon? What Myrmidon? Now, if we come back here, we should be out of sight of these guys. The only thing is this guy has nimble legs, you might say. So let's see about dashing you really far away, and then we can also think about picking him up next turn, unless, of course, we're surprised by some new enemies.
Pushing on.
And I think we saw some potential new enemies from what this says. Enemies spotted. Let's go find out. Okay, there's some back over in this corner. So now all of a sudden this guy is going to be important to help us out from back here. These guys, one of them has weapons and the other one does not. So hopefully he's more distracted by this berserker than you up here, Soren Black, because you don't exactly have cover versus his weapon. So I think what we're going to do is leave these two, and I'm going to try taking out this other Myrmidon and, you know, potentially a lot more with that rocket. We took the body out on the Myrmidon, so mission accomplished. And these guys are bleeding heftily, 30 there and 40 there, none of which is going to bleed out. This guy may leave because we took away his claw, and this guy, is he in the same boat? Yeah, they're both gone. Even though they're not going to bleed out, they're going to run away. So we did our job. Is there anybody left that we need to move? A civilian who is going to stay there. Now that civilian is going to stay there. And Smoovie, we're going to need you back in on the other side, I'm sure, coming up. So let's run you that way. And Shane, Marine Grunt Vanson. Now that you're over on this side, I'm thinking let's get you to the base of these steps over here. He won't be able to get a line of sight on you right away. And we're going to have you ready to come over here and support this berserker on this side.
I'm going.
And there we go.
Cleansing fire. We will build a better world.
That berserker forgot that cleansing fire came with return fire. Ouch. Well, we won't have anybody to rescue over here. Shane Vanson, are you feeling confident now that you're going to be alone on this side? I guess Soren's kind of over this way, too. We had an injured civilian. And it sounds like we have a dead civilian. All right. So we lost one civilian because someone over here we couldn't see just took him out. Just boom, 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 just like that. So we're going to have our berserkers help us out a little. Now, who do we got? What happened on this side? They didn't advance all that far. So I think we'll go for the easy kills that we can. We'll go for unlocking civilians where we can. And these guys are running away. We don't know where our Tritons over here made off to. It sounds like, seems like we have some civilians here that it wouldn't hurt to unlock for rescue. And I think this guy on the bottom may be an Arthron, but I'm thinking the guy on the second floor right below us could be a civilian. Let's see.
5 by 5.
Shane Vanson, let's take care of this guy.
How does that taste?
I think he had a spitterhead, so I was, with his back turned to us, I just wanted to take him out. We got a civilian right there. We're going to pass and come back to you. We got a civilian there. You're going to go unlock a civilian over here for us. You're going to see if you have a, do you have a path to get upstairs? Yeah, it's not an excitingly efficient path, but we're going to send you that way. Because I don't see, I don't see a guy that I might be interested in bashing or shooting with your stick. So let's have you on rescue duty. Who'd we see? Oh, there. Now we know where that Arthron is that we lost track of. We can't reach him. We're just going to keep our distance. We have snipers at the top. We're going to be repositioning. They might be able to help us out. We're going to have you still go for that civilian. I think that's just as good a place as any to keep you right now. And we're going to get some more civilians up high just because the evacuation zone where we could take you is not exactly uncontested right now. That's right, it's over here. So we're going to keep our civilians up on the second floor where maybe it's going to be a little harder to hit them and hurt them. Run, civilians, run. I guess we'll keep you back here because you can't quite make it up the ladder, so we'll position you in cover to make it up the ladder next time. Alright, now we can probably get you moving. In fact, if we're lucky, if we move you here, oh, you're not the one with the pistol, of course. So we're just going to start moving you fairly close. We may have snipers that can take care of that threat, but we're going to put you out here as a target behind crouching cover. And I was hoping maybe you'd have an angle to pick up who was ever over there, and you didn't see anybody that was potentially over there, so I'm a little concerned on that angle. Let's start working with our snipers over here to see if we can get some shots on our Triton friend over here. And it looks like we may be able to from here, Steve Penine. Let's give it a go. And did I point out that you have your full suit of armor now? We are not piecemeal. You're a full-fledged sniper now. I can't remember if I pointed that out or not, or I meant to if I didn't.
Ready to engage.
That thing's hurt. That thing's hurt. That thing's hurt. He's not. I think we'll just focus on in. Kind of a center shot like this. I wouldn't be upset to shoot out his gun, but let's take that shot. He took out a blood-sucking arm, which is not a bad first shot. Now we need to get some other shots over here. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get you far enough, although we just might get lucky, Sir Southeast, with you having an angle from here. Let's go find out. There's always, let's just check it with the pistol before we spend. Yeah, and I think a sniper rifle should just work just fine. We'll spend the quick aim. It works.
Got you good.
Now we got 2 body parts bleeding on this guy, which is good. Let's see if we can hit the trifecta here and get you, Smoovie, off into a position to have a shot also, and it looks like we can. The only difference is you have a potential malfunction, but your subjector, I thought you had a higher malfunction rate on that. I think that's the other one. Yeah, I think the stubborn one must have the higher malfunction rate. So we'll take the shot with a subjector just to get rid of this guy. Oh, it went between his legs, or did we take out? We took out his weapon. Okay, it was hard to tell for sure. It was a little lower than we wanted the shot, but he doesn't have a weapon. He just has blood-sucking arms now, and he can regenerate, but he can't regenerate that gun. That's for doggone sure. That's the good news. All right, so job mostly done, guys. Job mostly done. That means we have the ability to look at doing some other things with you, Andrei. And I'm kind of thinking about jumping you over to this building to get you closer for these guys over here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's do that. Can't quite make it up there. You know what yes we can. Yes we can. We'll just run over here. You just won't be able to do anything once you get there. But you shouldn't have to.
Here we go.
And there you go, Andrei. Civilian, you stay there, ready to climb the ladder. You stay there, civilian. And Disciples of Anu Berserker, stay there. And I think now we can see about what we want to do. Now, so we don't want to get too risky running out there. We do have Overwatch working against us, but it's at a pretty long distance. So if we do jump down to free up, in fact, it's telling me we would take a path that may or might not activate the Overwatch, because we'll come backwards. So let's unlock this guy.
Here comes the Phoenix.
So if we need to, hopefully we can move him in a favorable direction to us to keep him safe, because we don't always like the way that the AI chooses to move our civilians. Now he can't shoot anymore, so let's tuck you in over here for starters. And just stay there. And a Sauron. Did we see? No, that guy's dead. Oh, so that's who shot him. I was thinking it was somebody down low in this building. It shows you how sometimes the camera jumps around on the map, and this civilian down here is actually shot by this guy that we just got rid of his weapons. So that is our civilian. We don't have any more civilians to rescue right now. We've got them all. I take it back. We got one more to unlock somewhere. And that would be in the middle floor over here. So we know where all the civilians are now. So Sauron, let's get you positioned, ready to do something against these guys over here. And if I come over here, that something is going to be overwatching them in return.
Already there.
So hey, they can do it to us. We can do it to them.
I'm on Overwatch.
Looks like Shane Vanson's going to have another close range situation to take care of. All right, civilians, stay safe. Now, do you have a shot from where you are? Let's go see what it looks like. Sauron.
I've got this.
And it's a pretty long range. He can potentially return fire at us, but I'm going to take it anyway just because of the distance he's at. And if we're lucky, he's too far away to return fire.
No, lining up a shot.
Yeah, we're going to try to finish the job right there.
See you in the next life.
All right. This civilian, we probably want to get away from the blood-sucking arms just in case. He is bleeding 20. That leaves him 3 turns before he bleeds out. So he does have full movement. So I'm thinking at the moment, yeah, we're going to move the civilian. We'll give him this cover next to the Berserker. And I'm thinking he may end up just running off the map since he's bleeding so heftily. Let's get over here. We're Shane Marine Grunt Vanson. Close range shotgun shot. Let's see if we're close enough to be able to kill him with 2 close range shotgun blasts, and I do believe we are.
Rock on target. Hostile damage.
Okay, he's not quite out of the game yet, but he's pretty far removed. He's not quite going to bleed out. He still does have his claw, so we could manage with a little extra assistance. And you only have a stick and you can't reach him, so you'll not be providing that assistance. What we will do is we're going to actually bring this Berserker over here just to run some interference for us against this guy. He's not going to kill him in one blood-sucking move, so we're going to bring you over here. And if he comes up here to, you know, try to gain some health from you, he's going to pay for it because you got a big stick, plus we got someone upstairs who will be able to help us. So that means I just need 1 shot's assistance. In fact, I'm running you over here, but I think I need to get you inside here to rescue this guy. And we've unlocked the civilian. And so now I'm going to bring you over in this direction to potentially help with us next time. Civilians, stay put. You seem to be safe in this building. And that means I can run some of us downstairs. Smoothie, I'm thinking let's, because you don't have, in fact, let's go here and give you a quick aim pistol shot. Why don't we give that a go? We have backup if that doesn't work for us. I think it's close enough, even for your Yeah, it was.
One more to
Even for your pistol. So what I'm going to then do is see, do we have a way to get snipers up high? The ladder's way back there. So we're going to bring some snipers over here to give us vision over on this side where we believe we have enemies to worry about. And Steve will have you overwatch. Oh, I don't know where. Why don't you overwatch down this way in case that Triton comes out wide for some reason?
They're not getting past me.
And if we need to, before they bleed out, let's bring you back over to this side, Sursau Cease, in case we need some help potentially down here with this guy if he doesn't bleed out quick enough
Let's
for
make
us.
this happen.
Yeah, we see him. And he will bleed out next turn. So there, that answered that question. So we're going to bring you right back this way. Civilian, we're going to get you up high. And civilians that are remaining should be safe. Andrei, we don't really have anyone. You know what we can do with you is we have enough will. Let's just fly you over here to make sure this guy with a war cry, well, he might be able to reach here, but he's not going to reach anyone else that matters after being war cried. All right. We just now have an Arthron there who is going to bleed out. Yes, he will bleed out now. This guy will not. So we're going to have one of our own guys, not the Anu guys, bash him. All right. We'll run you towards the last known enemy on the map, and if we're lucky, that's it. Civilian, let's get you indoors. And let's just end our turn. I'm thinking we aren't seeing anything else, so if we just end the turn, hopefully he'll bleed out and it's over. Let's find out. All right, there we go. Good experience overall. Now we get to see what the rewards are like. We would have gotten more experience if we had kept that one other citizen alive, but it's not the end of the world. All right, good rewards, much needed rewards, and we got a few pickups along the way also. And we gained Berserker class technology as far as our research, that is, and we gained the ability to research mutation technology, which is big. That's probably the one I'm most excited about, because Berserker class wise, we don't have anybody that we need to build anything for at the moment. So mutation is probably going to be my priority here. And we have revealed the location of their colony. It is a lair. And Anu is now supportive. All right. Now, you know, with that having been done, I'm gonna go fly right back over here and pick up some rewards. I wasn't even thinking that we could manage to do both, but guess what? We can, and I'm a greedy son of a gun when it comes to rewards on these missions, because you know we need every little piece of materials, every little piece of tech, every little piece of food that we can get. So you know what we're going to do, and our stamina is good on this team. They were successful on this one, and this one should, quote unquote, be easier. Famous last words. But that's what we're going to do. So let's put Anu Religion in the queue, Berserker class in the queue, and Mutation Technology in the queue. And let's move up Mutation Technology. It's only 19 hours, and I like that. Let's see if there's anything else I like more. Nope. I like Mutation Tech for 500. Let's get it done. Now if we get this bird flying, let's do it. And we've come over here so we can make a little bit of a purchase. And fortunately, we gained some more food with that Haven defense. And guess what? You are now on our side with Psychic Scream Head. And we are going to have a new soldier to name next time. Okay, you should be on the ship. Let's just make sure. There is our new soldier, which we will come back next time to name. Now, our stamina is wearing down a little bit. I'm kind of thinking while we're waiting for that satellite to get built down here to help us get farther down in the Americas, I'm thinking I'm going to kind of swing through these 3 question marks that are nearest to this newish mist and then come up here to recover stamina. And that's what the stray is going to do here in the short term. And then I also want to keep my eye on our other team over here that's been recovering stamina, and I'm thinking it's pretty dang good. So is there anything over here I need to pick up at the moment? It does not look like it. We could, but we'll hang on to it for the moment. We can always come back to this scavenging site. It's not near the mist yet. I want to get ourselves positioned back here to do an unexpected emergency. And before we get in there to the unexpected emergency, I'm going to take Banda's Bane to Chaos, see if they have any fun-looking toys that could be available for us over here. And then after we finish this mission with the gift, then we may or may not, depending on how we're all holding up, come back to the base briefly before taking on the unexpected emergency, because I want to start going down the path to unlock the mutoids. It means we're going to really have to start focusing, and I should have started thinking about that last mission, but I think I was so focused on the potential for Scylla that I lost objectivity just a little bit. So let's keep moving, everybody. And as a matter of fact, Banda's Bane, fly to Chaos. And we're here. Let's just do this final air battle here and gain the rewards. Yes, it's not repaired at all. We can just move on in, boom, 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 and look really good in the process. Just go fast speed all the way and see about shooting it down. Pandoran weapons, well, there are none to have increased accuracy. We just have to hope ours can hit. And we got plenty of ammo, so we shouldn't run out. In fact, it's almost gone. And there we go. All right, and there's our a little bit of a meager reward. We gained something back with New Jericho, so we're in good shape. In fact, our diplomacy overall now is we aren't quite capped with you guys, but we can also think about doing up as soon as possible the follow-up missions for, well, we got to see about stealing a Helios before I do the Synedrian one, but that's the plan. Now we can head you, the Contaminant, back to the base, and you know, you're going to be mostly just sitting there waiting for these guys to get their armor manufactured, so we can start getting them mobile too. And we also have a lair down here we can't forget about either. We may have to do that before the unexpected emergency. Well, we'll see about it. There's a lot on our plate right now, isn't there? All right, so we have our next mission for next episode. Right now it's a nighttime mission. I doubt we have the time to just let the timer go by. We're going to be doing this one at night. Fortunately, the defending strength outnumbers the attacking strength, and then with us along, hopefully we should be able to handle this just fine. So this is Zigzag signing off from somewhere in this world. Do hope you enjoyed today's mission. I want to thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.